the trans issue, because I think what we're seeing now is that this was certainly motivated or possibly motivated by this trans issue, because his boyfriend slash girlfriend was trans. And the media continues to push the idea of trans violence, but not the.
And just to be clear, it was the partner of the alleged shooter. Remember, presumption of innocence in the United States. Anyway, the partner that he was romantically involved with, you can read the texts, exchanges, etc., or Discord chat, whatever it is, on your own. I'm not going to show it, but it was a male biologically transitioning to a female. So, just for context.
Trans violence that we've talked about, this being an example of that, or the mass shootings we've seen at Christian schools and other places by trans people. And in fact, when we should do a segment, by the way, on dumb crap that AI says, because I want to do a cursory cursory look on the amount of trans violence we've seen, particularly mass shootings over the past couple of years. And while it gave me a number, it then couched it and all these things like, well, just so you know, there's less trans violence than there is cisgender violence, which I didn't ask for, by the way, and also, by the way, is not true when it comes to mass shootings. But yes.
And also not true when you look at percentages. That's the key point. Of course, there's going to be more cis, if you're going to use that language. But we're talking about a very small percentage of the population that is overrepresented in these sorts of crimes, particularly in the last few years, Army. And I think denying that is part of the problem. If we're going to actually be tackling these issues in any meaningful way, we need to be having uncomfortable conversations centered on the truth. And that was really what Charlie Kirk was all about.
Very simple.
And they want to hide the truth. And the last point I'll make about the trans violence is that there is and I'll go quickly to Kirk himself and the lies
I
about
got
him.
no issues with trans.
I
just don't understand any of it.
Of
God doesn't make
trans
mistakes.
people being killed in significantly larger numbers than cis people, which is simply not true. I actually did the work on this. I looked into it over the past couple of years, and there've only been a very, very small handful of trans people who had been murdered because they were trans. And by the way, the vast majority of them were black women killed by black men.